Welcome to Still Talking Uncut. I'm your host, Big Easy, joined by Sean Rigsby, special guest, buddy Matt Brown. Apparently, I know him better than I thought. Well, welcome to the show. Welcome to the
Thanks.
show. So, Matt was a contestant on the Armed Forces episode, Master Distiller.
Ooh, can't say that. Can't say that.
No,
Can't say the name of it yet.
well, maybe.
That's not
Special ed.
Yeah, special ed.
Special ed.
It airs January 25th. We just couldn't say the name. So
Okay.
hopefully not too many people see this.
Sean didn't tell me beforehand that it was an upcoming episode and not so much a past episode. I looked for it and I'm a shit show today. My bad.
It's all good, man. It's
and
Sean's fault.
It is. That's
It
the way
usually is.
When something goes wrong, blame Sean. So
Absolutely.
like,
But if it's right, blame Sean.
no, if it's right, you give Big Easy credit. So that's why it's right. There's only one way. Okay, well, all right. Well, my bad.
Yeah, let's just forget the past minute and 28 seconds.
Everybody got flashed. My bad, flashed. All right, so let's where we start at. Sean, you got any Busch Light apples yet?
Nope, they're all still at your house.
They're still sitting in my barn. What's it been? It's been a month. My party was on the 22nd, and here is the 20th.
I guess you're right.
They're good and cold. Because all of us are from the same area. So we're all freezing together. So when we talk about it being cold, we know it's cold. So
well, that's the thing about Ohio, right? Like it was just 70 degrees like a couple weeks ago, and then the very next day it's like -10.
And then this week it's going to get up to 50s on Thanksgiving. So that's as long as it's nice this weekend for the Ohio State Michigan game. That's all I care about. So
absolutely,
nothing like Buckeyes. We've had a lot of Ohio guys on here. And
you know why, right?
Time. Yeah, because that's where good liquor comes from. That's
they're going to eventually have to put everybody that's been on the show from Ohio. They're just going to have to bring us all there and just have us hash it out, man, because Sean thinks he's better than me. He's been telling me that from day one.
Me too. Sean's got a big ego. He's an asshole.
Yeah, I tell him every day.
He just, that's Sean. He is what he is. So take him for who he is.
Y'all gonna fuck around, hurt my feelings one of these days.
And gotta have feelings first.
Mm-hmm.
In Sean's words, he's a piece of shit. And I was like, so tell me a little bit about Matt. And he was like, well, Matt's a piece of shit. And I was like, well, so are you, but you're all right. So
it must be a Springfield thing, man.
It's the water, man.
It's
the water. Yeah. It's all the chemicals they put on the corn out there,
It is.
But
it makes good liquor.
It tastes good.
Yeah.
It does. It makes it taste good. You're right. It's that seasoning. It's that extra seasoning they put on it. So in case anybody's wondering, old Matt here's from Springfield, right along with Sean. So
yep.
Sean's got a little competition brewing, but Sean don't brew no more. So I guess retire undefeated. You go out on top like John Elway. You go out after a big win. There's no reason to try and hold on for too long.
Yeah, he's trying to use that as the excuse that all the cops are watching him now.
No, whatever.
Now that he's a celebrity.
No. I mean, I would think after 3 years you ain't made a drop and there's no heat on you. So they don't give a shit what you're doing. Like you haven't had or moved anything.
You better stay practicing.
So.
You better stay practicing, man, because eventually you and I are going to go up against each other on that show, man. I'm telling you, better bring your A game.
Hopefully they'll call me and I'll judge.
You might as well keep one foot out.
What are you drinking on, Sean, man? It looks like you got some little frou-frou drink.
Yeah, see, welcome on the that's how we started off. Sean, I asked you earlier about Busch Lights and we never made it to what you're really drinking on.
Well, I'm drinking on that still got the same case. Hard Mountain Dew, and this maple from a dude down there in New Straitsville. That old man.
I don't think I got to try that, but it is possible I did. I don't know. I tried a lot of shit that weekend.
Did he post
And
flavor?
No, he aged it a little bit.
Did he?
Yeah. And also, I was looking around for something, and I come across some little bit of strawberry left.
Is that the strawberry from the infamous Maggie
Yep.
Valley trip where your dad had to help you up the steps because you was so hammered?
Yeah, that's it.
You know what you should be drinking on, Sean, is that jar I gave you the other day.
Well, I was going to wait for the one after that so we could actually talk about it.
Oh, my bad. Because I'm ruining it. I'll just shut up and let you guys do your show, all right?
So what are you drinking on?
You take over all you want, man. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's our show, but this is your episode. Do your thing.
I'm drinking on that stuff I gave you the other day, man. Except this is a little bit higher proof. This is man proof. This is 130.
Yes, yeah, I like it a little more man proof. And what is it? What is that? You know,
That's just corn, man.
just corn sugar, all corn, corn
Yeah,
dextrose.
it's just some regular cracked corn, and then I use a different kind of sugar. I use I'm not gonna say the name of it, but it's just unbleached. It's an unbleached sugar. It takes the bite out of it.
Nice.
And then I filter all my alcohol, man. And then I let it sit. This is a little bit weird, but like I'll let it kind of air out. You know what I mean? And people,
Oh yeah,
some people
Airing,
say that
yeah.
airing it out, man, makes it, and I think it does too. I think
It
it
does.
tastes smoother.
It does. Lets it breathe. Let it breathe a little
especially
bit.
for a higher proof too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I usually let it air out. You know, after the run, I'll let it air out for a couple days or so.
And so I'm drinking on some. Buddy Noble stopped by earlier and he brought me some apple brandy. And man, it's some good apple brandy. He did well on this one. He's coming along nicely. He come by and I'm like, man, Sean gave me a barrel, which we know where that. We'll talk about where that barrel came from. And I used the shit out of it, and then I'm done with it. I'm maybe on to bigger things, and so I'm like, man, I'm not going to use this anymore. My buddy Noble, he's been asking me about a barrel for a while, and I'm like, hey man, here, borrow this and let me know what you think, because I knew damn well if I told him I was going to give it to him, he wouldn't have walked out of here with it. So I'm like, hey bro, borrow this, let me know what you think. And so he comes, he gets it, and got a little pony cake for him, and he's here. I let him try some of Bennett's bourbon I had left over. Like, here, man, try this bourbon. And you can't come. You don't come to my house without me shoving some liquor down your throat. Like, here you go, try this, try that.
Yeah,
and that's how it is. I'm a good host.
you're a good host.
Yeah, bring it DD. I'm a good host.
See, I'm a lot like Sean in the aspect of I don't like anything aged, man. It's the char taste.
It's not. Yeah. I'm not a fan of wood.
Yeah,
I can appreciate it, but if I'm drinking it, I like it clear, and I don't want that in there. It's just I
don't either. And I got this jar right here. Let me try to get it to the light. I aged this with some light toasted oak, and it still had like a real oaky flavor. So I added some apples to it to try to take a little bit of that oak flavor out. It's been sitting for a couple days now, and just the smell of it smells better. I just that charred stuff, man, that give me heartburn like hell. Plus I'm getting older now, so I get heartburn and shit really easy.
Everything changes.
Yeah, everything's changing now.
Once you get to that point, man, and everything changes. It just ain't the same.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
So
Matt, tell us a little your background, where you got started and things, and kind of just where you're from. Or go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'm from Springfield, Ohio, right next, about 10 minutes from old Sean here, and I don't have no cool backstory, right? Like, so I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh yeah, I'm a third generation moonshiner. I'm not. Like, I just moved back from Georgia, and I was walking through my living room, and I just happened to see the Moonshiner show when it first started, and I thought to myself like, man, this is crazy. These dudes carrying this stuff out there, and
I
then I
thought the
started
same thing.
watching. I got hooked, man. I got
Yeah.
hooked on it, and then before you know it, I was on Amazon ordering a 5-gallon still. So I got this little 5-gallon still, man, and I went out and I bought, probably 10 5-gallon buckets, and I just started doing every recipe that I possibly could, and
Are you
it was terrible.
so you've had success fermenting in 5-gallon buckets, right?
Well, once I realized that you have to have a valve on it so it don't explode, because I was putting the lids on them, and I was sitting in my damn living room and it sounded like a gun went off, and I was like, "What in the hell was that?" And I walked out back, the damn bucket blew up all over the fucking place,
Oh
man.
man. I was saying, you already got a leg up on Sean if you can ferment in a 5-gallon bucket. So,
Fuck off.
my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just had
no, you're good, man. But like after that first drop came out, dude, I was hooked, man. And I went from a 5-gallon still to a 10 to a 20 to a 50, and old Sean here may or may not have a 200-gallon still that he got from somebody in Springfield.
Sean does not have that still any longer.
Well, he's fabricating it for my new distillery, so
okay.
It's
it's being fabricated. So that's a cool story.
Hey, I didn't even know that you know what? This dude showed up at my house and we were sitting there talking about the still he was going to fabricate, and he was like, "Don't I know you?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, you do look familiar." Me and this dude used to train at the same gym, man. I was an MMA fighter, and he trained at the same gym I did.
Yeah, so
long time ago,
one of our buddies sent a post off of Facebook to Sean, and he's like, "Hey," and Sean's like, "Man, this is right by me. I'm gonna go check it out." And then it's not the next day. He's like, "Dude, I'm getting this big ass still to fabricate, and I got these barrels, and you want one of them?" And I'm like hell yeah, man! Like, and so he calls me, and it's back at his house, and he's like, "Come check this out." And I'm like, "Oh, dude, that's amazing. That's beautiful. I love that thing." And so I go home, and then all of a sudden it's like I did this thing with I made Hillbilly Grappa. I got a winery down the road, and he had old pressed grapes. They throws away. He let me get a shit ton of them, and so it was fate. And so I deemed it the legend, and we got to run it a couple times, and it was amazing. it was just wild how it worked out.
Yeah, see, I was moving. I had that still. That was my pride and joy, man. I had been building that still for years, and we decided to move. And where we were moving to, I couldn't run Shine anymore. And at that time, it was about 2020 or the year 2020. So, everything started going to hell with COVID and the economy and all that stuff. So I decided, to tone it down a little bit, get a little still so I could still run. Because that big one, man, I mean, it took a long time to run.
Yeah.
So I just got a smaller one.
Had that 2-inch port on it. You had to run it. He had to run it. That thing taught me and Sean a lot. We learned a lot about that. Trying to push something too hard and dropping proof. And so, I've thoroughly enjoyed every minute of that. Sean left me alone with it. I broke the valve on the thumper on the first 5 minutes of it. I'm messaging him like, "Bro, I broke the valve on the thumper." And he's like, "How'd you do that?" And I was like, "Oh, man, that's old as shit, man. What do you want me to say? It's broke." You got another one around here or not? If not, I'll run to the hardware store. And luckily he had one. I put it in. We threw 2 jet burners under that. It was an amazing experience, and I'll never forget it. And it was, it made some good stories, and we still talk about it. And I share old videos of it, and Sean's kept me up to date on some of the fabrications that have gone on it, and it's beautiful. So
yeah, I had that double reflux on it. Are you keeping the double reflux? Are you how it goes up at a back at an angle at a 45 and then back down?
I took it right off.
Did you? You're a piece of shit.
It's a piece of shit.
That was genius, man.
It was straight. It was straight there to the thumper to the worm. That was it. Well, it wasn't a worm at first. It was Sean's fantastic contraption that he built.
Might as well
4 Liebigs, and he's such a piece of shit. He didn't solder all the joints, so it's leaking water into it. And we're trying to figure out why. Like, man, why is this thing putting out water? And then we come to find out, he totally didn't solder a whole fucking corner. So it's like, hell yeah, it's pouring water out of it. What the hell?
was he drinking while he was doing it?
I was
let's not talk
I'd
about
imagine
that.
so. And then I'm like,
hey, did you see that square worm that I had? Big Easy, you see that?
Oh yeah, I seen that thing. That thing. Did you build that?
Yeah, we did.
Hey, hats off, bro. Ain't
That was
no
a lot of
damn
soldering.
way. Ain't no way. It was amazing.
I still got it if you want it.
I'll take it, man. I'll take it back.
Really, I thought you cut it up and used parts out of it. That's what last I heard, that Sean was going to chop it up and make jars out of it.
God, he's such a piece of shit. This guy.
It's a piece of shit. I kind of a piece of shit for telling on him. Like, oh, man. He said, "Fuck your worm."
Yeah, man. It took me years to build that. Still, it took him 10 minutes to destroy it.
It took me 30 seconds to destroy the worm, the thump cake. So. You can't give us hillbilly shit. Like, we destroy stuff.
Hey man, it's all good, man. I can build another. Actually, I just got a 1,000-gallon pot that we're fabricating now, so it's interesting.
Yeah, let me know when it goes where it goes, because I'd like to see that.
Absolutely, man. I ended up getting a 1,000-gallon stainless pot, and then I got a 1,000-gallon stainless steel. It's just a big square, whatever you want to call it. So I'm gonna use that for the mash and just pump it straight over.
Like a big old mash box.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, got it cheap too, man. Got it real cheap.
Sometimes things find you. It's like, look, man, I can't pass this up. I don't need it. I don't even want this, but I can't say no.
Yep.
Yeah, just like that still I got from him.
Yeah. And the barrels and shit. It's like, I can't say no.
Yeah. I think I cleaned out my garage that day you came over, Sean. Shit, I gave you mash, barrels, jugs. I was like, take it all, man. We're moving tomorrow. I got to get this shit out of here.
It filled up his building, and then I helped him move it. And he's like, dude, I got to move this.
Yeah,
that was 30 minutes. We loaded it. We had that, the thumper, the worm, all in the back of my Jeep. I had a Jeep truck on it, and it's all piled up. We're just driving right through the middle of Springfield. Not giving a shit. Like, hey, look, we got to get it going. Let's get it going.
Yeah.
So it went to the fabricator.
Well, lucky for you guys, they're not worried about stills in Springfield. They're worried about heroin and hookers. So.
Right.
Well, they're not worried about it until they find you with it, anyways.
Yeah, no shit.
But yeah, that's super cool. You guys ended up knowing each other, didn't know, and then right when I hopped on here, I find out that Matt's Matt's wife worked with my brother. So
yeah,
like, small world, that's super cool.
Well, your brother messaged me, or he posted on that post, and he said, "That's my brother," and I said, "Which one?" There's a picture of you and Sean.
Yeah.
I said, "Which one?" He said,
"The one that looks like me."
Yeah.
The big ugly bald one, like me, I know a couple times I went up to where he worked, and for like the 4th of July thing, and I'm pulling in there because we both have the same truck. We got a Gladiator. I had mine first, in case anybody's wondering, and
nobody cares.
Nobody cares, but I just had to put that out there, and I pull in, and everybody thinks I'm him. Like, Aaron, did you shave? And I'm like, what are you talking about, man? I'm not Aaron. That's funny. But so, you fell in love when the show first came out. That's when I fell in love with it too. Well, I fell in love at a much younger age when I got to drink some moonshine when I was about 15. But as far as like seeing somebody make it and just seeing how simply that they were doing it in the woods, and I know it's TV and they make it look a lot easier than it is, but really it's as easy as you see. And I mean, it's a lot of work
to make something. Yeah,
you
can make alcohol.
Yeah, you can make alcohol. Yeah, you can make alcohol. So
yeah,
You said you hopped on Amazon and got you a 5-gallon still. Was like was it like a milk can?
Yeah, man.
Or
Whatever those 5-gallon ones on there, like I don't know. I just got the cheapest one. Like at the time, like I didn't know shit. You know what I mean? I was just like, yeah, that looks like it'll work.
And it wasn't real readily available back then. It's like you had a choice. You didn't have choices. You had a choice. Like, you want this, or do you want to spend a ton of money and get that?
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like you're like me. I have no backstory. I have no history in it. Like I am the history. So hopefully one day, somebody along the line looks back and sees the old great grandpa Matt was a shiner, and he loved it, and they started and they use that as their heritage.
Yeah. My daughter's real interested in it, and my son too. Man, he loves it too. I actually had pictures of him when he was 2 years old, helping me mash in the kitchen.
Nice.
So I kept those. I figured it'd be something he'd like to see when he's older.
Now my older, he's about 17. He's interested in it, and I know it's for a different reason. Stay out of my barn, bro. Like, you can drink the Busch Light apples, though. Them things have been there forever. I don't care about them.
I still haven't had that. I still haven't had that bush apple, man.
You ain't missing nothing, man.
I didn't figure I was.
You ain't missing nothing.
Don't Sean mix it with Mountain Dew or some stupid shit like that?
I don't know.
I know what good liquor is.
I think it's too strong for him, so he cuts it down with apple juice.
Oh, jeez. Oh, hell.
Man, this took a right turn. So, we know the biggest one you ever ran was I call it the Legend. That was my name for it. What's your favorite thing to run?
Man, I like to keep it real simple, stupid, man. I stick to the corn liquor and brandies. I just started experimenting with different grains, like mixing different grains.
Mm-hmm.
That was never really something that I wanted to do before. I was so focused, but like I said, like I didn't know anything, right? So like the first moonshine I tasted was my own. So I was like, well, I don't know if this shit's good or not, man. Like, you know what I mean? So like I started passing it out and getting feedback and stuff.
And your buddies don't know. Your buddies don't know. They never tasted moonshine before. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's good. Let me get some more. Let me get some more of that. And it's just how it is. Like, you don't know.
Yeah.
But if you drank enough alcohol, you know the difference between a good alcohol and a bad alcohol from buying good alcohols and bad alcohols. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh, I kind of like that one. So you do know a little bit. And if you was to be like, hey, if you tried it and you're like, oh man, but you do lie to yourself a little bit in the beginning because you're not really sure. You think it's good, but you're not really sure.
So what kind of grain are you wanting to play with?
I got a buddy I met in Tennessee on the show, Joe Jackson. You guys are going to see big things from that guy. He's a good friend of mine, man. Real cool cat. He was in the Army too. He was the 82nd Airborne, and he's one of those guys that I don't even think he knows what sugar is. He uses all grain. And he uses all this fancy liquid yeast and shit. And when I was on the show or whatever, these guys are talking all this science stuff, and I'm sitting there like, oh shit, man, I don't know what the hell they're even talking about, So I was like, damn, I'm about to have my ass handed to me, because they were making all this fancy stuff, and I'm just making simple corn liquor, and I was sitting there, I was so worried about it, man. And I'm just now like getting past like the corn liquors and the brandies and stuff like that, and trying to experiment with other grains. But I keep it real simple, man. One of my favorite things to run is brandy. I do brandies a little different than some people. I use all wine base to make my brandies. Like for instance, like the strawberries. Like when you use strawberries, if you use the wine base, you won't get your liquor won't be fiery, because it's actually the seeds on the outside of the strawberries that makes your liquor fiery. Me and Digger talked about it.
Interesting.
Ain't that how old Hooch and Shua, they all make their brandies with that Vintner's wine base?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's the way to do it, man. That'll make the best brandy. I'm telling you, I've tried every way, and you just can't beat it. Plus, it's half the work. It's already mashed up and juiced for you. Just dump the shit in.
Yeah. You don't got to strain it.
Nope.
Like it definitely takes a lot of the work out of it for you.
Hey, I'm a lazy shiner, man. The easier, the better.
Hold on. I believe somebody deemed it. We're not lazy. We're efficient.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty efficient way of saying it.
Yeah, I'm efficient. So I'm not lazy. I'm efficient. So you like to make brandies. What's your favorite one to make?
You know what? It's weird. My favorite brandy to make is pear brandy, and I fucking hate pears. They're disgusting. But when you make moonshine with a wine base, the pear wine base, I'm telling you, it tastes like champagne, man.
Really? Like I did it with just pears off a tree. I took 100 pounds of pears and made a 30-gallon wash out of it. Just pears, no sugar. And you want to talk about straining? Oh man, that thing kicked my ass, and
that's another thing that you wouldn't have to do.
Sorry. Yeah, you don't got to mash it. You ain't got to do none of that.
Yeah, I tried when I first started out. They had the episode, the Cherry Bounce episode on Moonshiners, and I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. That's somewhere to start. With a brandy, and I went out and spent like $100 on cherry and $100 on honey, and mashed it all in, and didn't do something right, and it tastes like shit. So I just wasted $200, and I was like, shit. So there's got to be an easier way, man. So
you
for a long time,
you ran in, it tasted like shit.
Yeah.
Now what'd you do with it? Did you dump it out?
I just dumped it out, man.
See, and now you know, like, man, I should have just proofed it down and re-ran it and turned that shit into vodka.
Yeah, man. Well, it had a little bit of a scorch to it.
Oh, okay,
you can't get that out.
No. Once you scorch, it's done.
Yeah. I made a lot of rookie mistakes, man. Like I said, I wasn't a third generation moonshiner, so like I tell everybody, like, yeah, I've been making liquor for 10 years, but I only been making good liquor for about 5 because it took me 5 years of fucking up to get it right.
It's different when you don't have an old person, an older person, experienced, wise person to pick their brain. And they like now where there's 100 people online you can ask, there's 100 videos you can watch. It was all trial and error, and that's I think that makes you better because you're seasoned. Like you're a vet now. Like there's things that can be tossed at you that won't phase you, and you can handle. You know what to deal with just because you've been there. It's you paid your dues, and that's just the way it is. So my first brandy I ever made was an apple because we're in Apple Valley. Everything's apple around here.
Yeah,
and it came out really good, and apple's where it's at. I saw a video on this country over in Uganda making banana brandy. They called it Ugandan Wargi, and I was hooked. Like bananas. I love bananas.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the things. That was the next thing I did on the first brandy I made on a cake. Still was bananas. And
yeah, I've made a strawberry banana rum. I've done a little bit with bananas. I've been playing around with the idea of maybe doing like a peanut butter banana. Because I love peanut butter. I mean, who doesn't? If you don't like peanut butter, you can go to hell, man. Shit's great.
I made me a peanut butter banana sandwich.
But yeah, I think I'm at the point now where, like I want to branch out a little bit more and try to come up with something different. I am doing something right now. I'm trying to design something to imitate the water that I used when I was on the show. So if for those that don't know, the water that they use on the show is from English Mountain. This water comes from 200 feet down, and it pulls up copper and limestone. It spits it out. So that's if you ever watch a show, Mark and Digger, they love this water. I mean, they go that's the only water they'll use now.
Yeah.
So what I did was I'm trying to design a contraption to where I have the water flowing constantly in and out, and it's going through a filter that has limestone, and it's going through copper pipe to try to imitate the water that they have there.
Hell yeah.
If it works, it'll be great. If it don't,
Dude, if that works, that'd be fucking
That's the
$1 million
multi-million-dollar idea.
Yeah. Hey, the sun shines on the dog's ass every once in a while. I might get
every
lucky.
now and then.
Every now and then.
Old Jackson's on here, by the way.
Oh, is he? Hey, man, I gave you a shout out.
So do you steep your grain or do you cook your grain?
See, I tried to use, so in the beginning, I tried to use like cornmeal and stuff like that. Made rookie mistakes, like always. I would start getting the water hot, and then I'd dump the cornmeal in, and then it scorched. So that was my first thing that I did wrong. So after scorching so much stuff, I was like, you know what, the hell with it. I was like, I'll just put the grain in the mash barrel, heat up the water to above 160, dump it in. It do the same damn thing, and it eliminates the scorching.
That's what I do now. Sit there and row the boat. You ain't got to row. You got to sit there and row that damn boat. You just row and row and row, and your arms hurt, and you feel like Joe. You ain't got to do that, man. You just dump it in the vessel, close it off, and just let nature do its work while you do nothing.
That's efficiency.
Damn right.
Yeah. Like I said, now that I know Joe Jackson's on here, man, so the stuff that he was making, it's so good. Like I didn't think that I would like it because I'm not like a big Scotch guy or whatever. But his final product after he mixes it all together is amazing. So if you haven't tried it, get a hold of him, man, so you can try it.
I mean, I'll try anything at least once.
I'll try anything twice, man. I don't give a shit.
So do you use
unless I didn't like it the first time, then I ain't trying it second time.
So do you use any enzymes or anything like that?
You know what? To be honest with you, the first time that I used enzymes was in Tennessee, and it wasn't even my enzymes. It was my friend Joe's. He was trying to explain it to me, and he was like, "You want some of this?" I said, "Fuck it, throw it in there." Yeah, I'll try anything twice. Throw it in there. So, but yeah, he does a lot of stuff with enzymes, and because he uses all grain, right? So you have to. It helps with the conversion. So he uses a lot of that stuff. So I anytime I have any questions about anything like that, I can reach out to him, and he'll have the answer for sure.
It's nice to have some buddies that you can ask, and if they don't know, they'll find somebody else. So,
yeah, for sure. And me and Joe, man, we're friends, but I mean we're more than that. Like we're like the band of brothers. We were both in the Army together. We were both overseas. The man was he's a combat vet. He was in a helicopter crash and all that stuff. And like I said, I met him when I went down there to the show, and I talked to him every day, man. Became one of my best friends just like that.
Hell nice.
Yeah. It's nice when you find somebody with a common interest as you, and you find out that they're a great person, and it's like, man, that's my boy. Like that's my boy now.
Yeah. We have the camaraderie. Between moonshiners. You got the same thing in the military. So like being in the military, having that camaraderie with him, and being a moonshiner and having that with him, we're just instantly, all of us on the show, we just met each other, and it's like we knew each other, forever.
It's like, you become family really quick.
Oh yeah.
Like it's not hard. It's, it's not hard because, like they put out the same blood, sweat, and tears that you do to make what they make. And so you guys got a lot more in common than, just normal friends would that don't, that don't shine. It definitely links you together. So.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to talk a little bit of shit right now, though. So,
you do.
So, there's the camaraderie between like moonshiners and stuff, right? Okay. So, in any situation in life, there's always that one fucking guy, right?
Oh, there's always that one fucking guy. Fucking Sean.
One fucking guy. And I met that one fucking guy in Tennessee, man. I'm not going to call him out or nothing like that.
That's fine.
But let me just say this. If you're from different regions of the world and you come and try to tell me what I should do in Ohio, and you're from somewhere like 2,000 miles away where nothing's the same,
go
fuck yourself. Like, honestly, go fuck yourself. Because I don't come to California and try to tell you how to make moonshine. Like, don't try. Yeah, he was a dick.
It's like, man, here's how I do it. Show me how you do it. Oh, man, I really like how you did that one part. I'm using that. Do you like anything I did? You don't like it? Well, cool. Keep that to yourself. But don't tell me why you don't like it, because if you're going to be a dick to me, then fuck you.
Yep. Well, this guy was like, I used to make moonshine, and now all I do is sell it. You need to do it my way. And I was like, dude, just get the fuck out of here, man. Like, I ain't got time for you.
Man.
Yeah, the best part about this is you take a little bit of information from everybody that you meet, and you use what you need.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I listened to him. Like, I wasn't extremely rude to him, but I definitely didn't sit there and listen to him talk any longer. There's always fucking one, right? I mean, goddamn.
There's nobody worse than it's my way.
Oh, yeah, man.
There's nothing worse than somebody when hey, this is how I do it. You do it like this. This is the way you do it because this is how I do it.
Yeah, man.
It's like, look, man, just give me your opinion on how. Say, man, this is how I do it.
Yeah.
Like, all right, man. If that's a good idea, then I'll be like, oh man, I love that. I'm going to use it.
Yep. Yeah, it's just it's different throughout the country, man. Like the shit that they sell in California is not the shit that we sell here in Ohio. Like it's not, man. I mean, those guys, they drink White Claws and shit like that, or Bush Apple.
Bush Light Apple.
Bush Light Apple, whatever.
One of the biggest things that I learned about regions was apple pie. We went down to Hillbilly Jam, and the apple pie was so different from Texas, from Florida, from North Carolina, from Ohio. It was just so different based on the region, and so that really gave me such a sense of how the palates are different based on where you live. So
for sure.
That was one of the really cool things about trying about 30 different apple pies in a weekend.
I think I heard that story. You and Shua and them, they just mixed them all together, right?
Yeah, he ended up mixing them all together.
Yeah.
So Sean's over here having technical difficulties, so just ignore him.
I usually do.
He can't talk. I try to. We don't speak hand signals, Sean.
Yeah. Is that sign language? What's that mean,
idea.
Sean?
I have no idea. So. Yeah.
See, my apple pie, man. I use. I actually make a caramel apple pie. The crazy thing is that the best caramel flavoring that I found was at Starbucks. That caramel flavoring, man. You could buy it at Meijer, Walmart, wherever. Yeah. If you add a half a jar to that to a jar of apple pie, my God, man, it's good.
I'm gonna have to give that a try.
Do it.
I have to say I do like me a caramel apple.
Oh, me too, buddy.
That's easy to see. Easy to see.
Well, just let me know when you need good liquor to put in it. Then I'll get it from Easy.
Yeah, he's good for me. Oh man, that's a good time.
We all live pretty close, man. We should all get together, after January 25th, after the show airs. Or how about this? How about we all get together that day?
Hey,
Let's
bro,
have a watch party.
You have a watch. Weekend. You have a watch party. You tell me where it is. I'll be there. Sean might show up late. Maybe show up, but definitely if he does, it'll definitely be late. And I'll be there. So
Sean ain't showing up. He'll text me halfway through and be like, "Hey, dude, sorry, man. Something happened.
Gotta lay the baby down." Like, that's a valid excuse. This is a totally acceptable excuse, and I get it. So he's able to use it for now.
Yeah, for now. Yeah. Wait a couple years, man. I ain't gonna let you use that excuse.
No, man. Be like, oh man, she wants to come. Bring her.
Yep. Yeah, Stryker, my little one, he's 5, and I mean he goes everywhere with me, man. Does everything with me. They're great, man. And it's when they get a little bit older, like when they start hitting the teen years, and you want to strangle them.
Oh, mine are about to be 14 and 17, 2 boys.
Oh, you got 2 boys?
Yeah,
you're lucky.
What? Yeah,
you're lucky.
Yeah. I got a 16-year-old daughter down in Florida who is a model. It's like, but
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know, man. Boys are a different breed, man. It's something totally different. Like, you get to that, think they're bigger than they are, and try to stand up next to you and show you how tall they are. And just grab a pinky and squeeze, and they're like, "Hey, let go, Dad, let go."
Yeah. You got to let them know, man.
Yeah. Every now and then.
I started doing MMA again, man, because my son's getting older. I don't want him to whoop my ass. So
yeah, at least prolong it a little bit,
Yeah, it'll eventually happen, but
man,
I'm gonna prolong it a little bit.
I'll hit you with this taser, bro. You better back up. It ain't gonna kill you. I ain't kill you. You're good. Just a little ring. You're all right, man. So that's awesome. So earlier you told us how you met Sean. You and Sean used to train MMA in the same gym, and then you got reacquainted by the fact that somebody, I think it was Matt Lemasters or our buddy old son, shared with Sean a post like, "Dude, check these out. They're right by you." And Sean showed me, and I'm like, "Bro, you better hit that dude up." And he's like, "I already did." That's usually how it is. I'll send something like, "Man, this is close to you. You should check it out." He's like, "Yeah, I already sent that dude a message." And he'll do the same thing for me.
Well, he sent my wife a message because I'm new. I'll be honest, I'm new to the whole social media thing because I hated social media, but I never really had a purpose for it. Like I figured if I haven't talked to you in 20 years, there's a good damn reason for it.
There's a reason.
Yeah. So
usually I'm better off,
right. So, but now that that I'm opening up the distillery and stuff, like social media is going to be really big, for advertising and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So if I accidentally send you some shit that don't make any sense, that's just me learning social media.
Oh, you're all good. That's the normal with Sean, so I'm used to it.
Yeah, Sean's always trying to send me naked pictures and stuff.
That was I thought we.
No wonder he's mad all the time.
I thought we had to send him pictures to get on the podcast. I thought that was a deal. You told me everybody that came on the podcast had to send you those pictures.
Hold on, man? Sean. I got you, buddy. I got one right here.
There you go. Sean's screen went black.
Where do I remove this motherfucker
at? You can't remove me. Ola Master said Sean got him too, man. It happens.
Yeah.
He probably got Noble also. I know he got Bennett.
Yeah. One thing that I did this when I was down in Tennessee, it just happened to be going on when I was down there, was a Hazard Fest. That's the first time I've been to that. That's some cool shit there, man.
See, I go down to the Jam. I've been wanting to go to Popcorn, and I've heard about Hazard Fest, so I might swap I might swap one that I go to for Hazard Fest or Popcorn this year. I know I'm going to the Jam, so
yeah.
You should come down to the Jam. Well, you're going to come down to the Jam
for sure.
He's going. Yeah,
you're kind of contractual now. It happens. That's the way it is. So you'll be there.
I'll be there.
You can set up a tent, and I can just set a chair up.
Well, you know what?
We gotta have a tent to hide in the shade. So we definitely need our tent, Sean.
Yeah. I'd like to get. I was talking to my wife about this the other day, man. I'd like to get me and my boy Joe, because I put him on my banner. I don't know. I think you've seen it, Sean. Mm-hmm. So I had a banner made, and master distiller, all that stuff, and put him on it. So I was going to talk to him here in a little bit, see if he wanted to come down and him and I just have a booth together. Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I just ride Sean's coattail and sit in his booth. So
dude, I don't even
use it for something.
My shit is nowhere near fucking Moonshine Alley.
No, he sits over with Rick and them, and
that's just not me.
Last year I was over at North Georgia's thing most of the time, drinking up their liquor, so that's a good time.
Yeah. North Georgia stills?
Yeah.
I've been seeing their stills.
And all them was over there. Oh man, their stills are amazing.
Oh, are they?
Dude, they make some of the best looking stills, best functioning stills I've ever seen. Like, they're amazing.
No shit.
There's lots of now you're on social media, you'll have to venture over to TikTok and get up into Shine Talk, and
he's already on TikTok. I just don't see him.
I guess I have one. Yeah, I must have been drunk. I got drunk and signed up for TikTok. I have no fucking idea how to use it.
That's usually how you wind up with social media. So you'll have to get over here and check out all them guys and stuff and get up into that community. And,
Yeah.
you know, you're one of us now. So.
Hell yeah. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I mean, it all depends on which one you're around. So it could be good.
He is from Springfield, so it's got to be good.
Yeah. Keep telling yourself that.
Okay, Ohio.
Ohio.
There you go. OH.
Oh God.
That's amazing. So
yeah, I bought a Tennessee sweater or hoodie when I was down there, and it was a football team, and I put it on. My wife was like, "I can't believe you're fucking wearing that thing." I was like, "Well, they don't have Ohio State, hoodies down here."
I'm surprised you didn't burst into flames.
I thought it was going to be warm down there.
There's a lot of fucking distilleries down there. You know, they all had fucking hoodies. I'd at least go with the distillery one, like Old Smoky. You know.
Well, I think I was at the damn dollar store, man, and it was cold.
Yeah, you just gotta get what you could get. So
yeah, you were kind.
I'd have flipped it inside out. You know, it just been orange. I'd flipped it inside out.
Yeah, but they would have known. I mean, you're in Tennessee.
It's just orange, man. You know, I look like a big ass parking cone, like fucking Kool-Aid man walking around with an orange sweater on.
Yeah, didn't you guys stay in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, we did.
Over in Cosby or whatever.
Well, it was in Newport, but it was like right off the highway.
So, did you say you was opening a distillery, Matt?
Yeah, man. We just got the LLC done, so I had to get the tax ID number and applied for an A3A license. That usually takes about 6 months. See, I had an A3A license at one time, man. Like I said, back in 2020, and I just let it go. So now I got to reapply. So it's going to be another 6 months. So,
well, man, you let us know when that time comes, and we'll have you back on. And we'll when you're going to open, we'll help you promote it.
Hell yeah!
Then we'll set up a big old Ohio moonshiner meetup there, and we'll come up there and fucking party, and everybody will help you push the opening. We're all about helping each other, man. So
yep, absolutely, man.
That's definitely what it's all about. And just in our comment section, I'm looking at 3-4 Ohio shiners plus 3 sitting here plus another 10 I can think of that are all within 45 minutes to an hour that would just love some shit like that. So
hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the good thing is, Sean has seen it. I sent him a video, but the area that I got, it's about 7 acres, and it has a 2-acre pond. It's surrounded by woods, and it's all gated. The whole place is gated and closed off, and it's in the middle of nowhere. It's literally in the middle of a cornfield. So, I mean, we can have. I wanted to do like a moonshine festival up there, man. But I don't know. I'd have to contact.
Let's talk about that, man. Because we've been talking about doing an Ohio Moonshine Festival.
Fuck yeah, dude!
And just based on the reach of the social media that we have and have amassed, we'll put together a badass Ohio Shiner. Just invite all these internet guys to come in and set up tents and dude, it'll draw. It'll draw.
We'll have hell yeah.
We'll have a good time and there'll be a lot of drunk.
a lot of drunk.
Sean will be swaying like wheat. He'll think he's corn over in the field.
yeah, let's do it, man. I mean, I'm serious. Like, we don't have any cool festivals here. I mean, we got like pork festival and corn festival and whatever.
We do a moonshine festival, and not in the middle of the summer when it's 400 degrees like they do the Hillbilly Jam.
Yeah,
we'll do it in the fall or the early summer or late summer. It'd be a good time. So
yeah, man, because I don't do the heat, man. I really don't.
No, I'm too fat. I sweat enough. So
well, I mean, ever since I got back from Iraq, man, like I just can't do the heat. Like I was scorched, man. That place scorched me. It's 132 damn degrees the last time I left Iraq, and they were like, and then somebody had the nerve to say, well, it's dry heat. Motherfucker, it's 132 degrees. That's hot. That's hot no matter how you look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it don't matter, man. Anything over 90 for us Ohio boys, that's scorching.
Oh yeah.
We could deal with a little, and then humidity rolls in, man, and it just it's miserable. But I'd take it right now instead of what we're dealing with. I was outside for 20 minutes over there talking to Noble. I couldn't feel my hands. luckily, I was like, "Here, man, try this Bennett Shine. Try this Spirits of French Lick multi-grain. Here, try it. What is this? I'm not sure. I can't smell. Try this." So he got him a good little buzz. It was a good time. So.
Hell yeah.
We need to make it. We need to make it happen, man, for sure.
Once you get everything squared away, man, you get all open and everything's good. We can, we'll help you as much as we can and help you promote it and do whatever we can do to help you out. And
yeah, well, I appreciate that.
I would say you could ask Sean to come in and make some liquor, but he don't know how to make liquor no more. So
nah, he don't know how to. He's a piece of shit.
God damn it, man! You guys are really twisting my arm.
He's gonna get off here and pull up videos from 30 years ago and send them like, check. I used to look at this. I used to run.
Tell Kristen to get us on the show, and I'll remind y'all how to do it.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna tell you what. If we did go on that show, man, I'm telling you, it would be full of beep, beep, beep. Because I'd be like, "You're a sorry mother." They'd be like, "It took us a month to edit this damn thing."
You'd fill your pot, and I'd walk over and fucking open the drain valve.
That's one thing I did. That's one thing I did when I got on the show, man. Like, I was so because I've seen them like dump their shit in, and the valves like go, it spills everywhere and shit. So like I'm like as soon as I got there, I was like, I know these motherfuckers are gonna fuck with me. So I'm like expecting like everything, man.
Yeah.
They were like, "What are you doing?" And then the guy to the right of me, man, was like doing the same thing. Like, yeah,
I'm checking valves, man.
Shit.
I don't want mash going on the floor. Like I've seen worms explode. Fucking Judd's worm exploded and started
that's
leaking everywhere.
Yeah.
So did you get an open top worm or did you get a shot?
Oh no, they don't do that shit no more.
I would say I from watching, I think they did away with the open tops because so many people was overflowing them.
Yeah.
So they did like worms, but enclosed.
Man.
Yeah.
Or shotguns.
Yeah. Well, not everybody's as good as Sean Rigsby at
not everybody can run an open top worm and make something they never made before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I got lucky one.
Hey, what'd you say earlier? The sun shines on a dog's ass every now and then.
Every now and then.
I'll take it.
Yeah, and Sean told me, he was like, "Man, I was hungover as shit when I was running. It's hot as hell in there." So like I made sure I didn't drink the day before I had to film because I was like, I do not want to be Sean. Do you see that motherfucker's face?
Yeah, he was green. He was green.
Dude, hey, when we get off here, Matt, I'll send you the video of someone took of me the night before. I'm standing there going like,
swaying like wheat.
Shit.
Swaying like wheat. That's
Scott was like, we film tomorrow, right? I'm like, fuck.
We film at 6 a.m. I'm like, give me another beer.
No way, man.
More liquor over here. Can't sober up if you're still
Kristen
drunk.
was like, why are you so quiet? I'm like, I'm just sitting there. Like,
I'm gonna puke on your shoes, Kristen. I'm gonna puke on your shoes. Stand back.
Yeah.
Stand back.
Yeah, I learned. Yeah, there's no way I was drinking, man. I was, going into the competition. When like I tried to be overconfident. I tried to do like the whole Conor McGregor thing, like to get in their heads. You know what I mean? Like, the walk. They're coming in there. Like I told myself, like I'm just gonna stay cool and just try to get in their heads and make them second guess themselves because it's a competition, man. I mean, you want to win.
It is a competition.
So I tried to do that at first, and then I met the guys, and they were fucking great.
Cool.
And I didn't do that.
Yeah, it's not so much of a it's still a competition, but you still that camaraderie is there.
Yeah.
You help each other. If somebody's making a huge mistake, you're not going to be quiet. You're going to be like, "Hey, man, your valve's open. You're leaking shit in the floor. You're not going to let it all dump out into the floor. You're not going to be that guy. Like it's just you got too much you in you. There's too much heart in you to.
Yeah.
Like if I win, I want to win on my own merit. I want to win because I did something right. I did what I was supposed to, and it got me that win. And so it's not, it's not a cheated win. I don't know, just some people would be like, "Oh man, I opened everybody's valve. I came in here last night. Everybody's valves are open. Let's get it." Like,
yeah, well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you one thing. If I go against Sean and his valves open, I don't give a shit.
oh, that's different. We're not talking about that. I'm opening his valves.
Well, listen, that's because I'll piss in a jar and still win.
Oh, what?
Man, those are big words.
Oh man.
No,
Yeah,
hey,
I mean,
it would be.
I don't know.
this,
I tasted your show, Likker. Is that what you did?
You're damn right. I got the water from work to ferment in.
I had to.
Well, Sean, you've had my corn liquor, man. Actually, I'm not going to say it's from the show, but I mean, you know,
it's good.
It's all right. It's
Yeah,
all right.
That's awesome.
Took me 10 years to get that damn recipe.
Hey man, like you earned it, you know. Like you've been through the ups and downs, the scorches, and the too hots, and the too lows, and too cloudies, and
yeah,
you put your dues in, man. And so that's what makes a great shiner. You know, you put in the work, you put in the time, the ups and the downs. You rode the roller coaster, and you're still here, and you're still hungry. You know, you're hungry for more. You like you didn't just settle for one thing and get bored and stop. Like you say, like you're looking for new grain builds. You're trying new things, and so you know it's awesome that still 10 years later, you're still hungry to advance and to be a better shiner. You know, to be a master.
Yeah. You know,
the only one.
Yeah, I got. You know, I kind of got burned out on run and shine though, because like during the pandemic, like I couldn't keep up. Like I mean, I was running, and I even had that big ass still, you know what I mean? And I was running and running and running and running, and you know,
how long did it take you to run that?
Man, I'll be honest with you, I never filled the damn thing all the way up, but the longest run I did on it was like 18 hours or something like that. So, during the pandemic though, like I'd do these runs, and I don't know if y'all remember that when people would wine you, they drop off a bottle or a basket with wine in it and shit during the pandemic. Did anybody ever do that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, instead of getting wined, I started shining people. So I started dropping off moonshine at people's doorsteps with all kinds of stuff in it. My wife did too, and like it blew up real quick. Like I had to like
some liquor, man.
Right, dude. Like I had to back up off of it.
Too much attention, you know. Somebody going around giving out high proof liquor. Somebody's gonna be like, "Hey, man, this ain't wine. You're allowed to make wine. You can make you know, like
yeah."
No, man, I'm passing out Everclear.
Yeah, Everclear.
I'm passing out Everclear.
Hey, if my shit tastes like Everclear, I'd stop running, because that mean I ain't worth a shit. No, that stuff is disgusting.
You'd spend like, oh yeah, that's what that is. You're right. That's exactly what that is. Under certain circumstances, you know.
Right. When you guys were talking about like not having someone teach you,
mm-hmm.
I feel like someone learning on their own and fucking up so much, and doing all the mistakes makes you a better shiner.
Oh yeah,
down the road, because you know 40 years of doing it and learning by yourself, even though you've been making good liquor for say 20 of that, as opposed to someone teaching you from the start and you never fucked up. So if something happened, you're like, oh no. What the fuck do I do?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. When you're first running a sour mash, you're green. You don't have anybody to ask. You have a pH crash. You're stuck. You don't understand. You don't know why.
Yeah.
You don't understand. You know, you got to figure that shit out. You know, you might have just been like, oh, well, let's run it. That's all she's got, because she didn't know, you know, and maybe later on you figured it out. It's not like you can hop in a chat room and be like, hey, man, my shit's stuck. And everybody's like, did you check the temp? Did you check the pH? Did you check this? What is this at? And, you know, what'd you use, this and that? And so it's not like it used to be. So you learn a lot more putting in the mistakes. You know, you don't have mistakes, you have learning moments.
Absolutely.
There's a lot more of them.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And it's like, you know, now that I'm opening up a distillery and stuff, you know, people ask me like, oh, well, you're going legal. I'm like, yeah. They were like, so did you run before, like illegal? And I'm like, well, hell yeah, I did. I'm not going to open a
Gotta learn
distillery. I don't know
somehow.
how to run. That's like going to a doctor that never went to school. That shit. It's like it's like wiping before you poop, man. It don't make no damn sense.
Moonshine University.
Yeah, that kills me. That stuff.
It's some people ask questions even though they shouldn't, and it's like no, I'm gonna put all this money into opening a distillery. Like I'm gonna open up a mechanic shop and I'm gonna fix cars, and I don't know how to check fucking oil. But I'm gonna figure it out. I got the tools. Yep. I got this. Bring your car in here. I'm gonna figure it out. You need a tune-up? I got you.
Yeah,
got you. Like there's a YouTube video on that. I'll watch it. We're good.
Yeah, dude. That's another thing, man. Like now that I'm like getting into social media and stuff, like I'm reading the stuff that some of these people are putting on there, and I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about, man? No.
Stay out of Facebook groups. Stay out of Facebook groups.
It's terrible, man.
No good can come up. There's one. There's a couple good ones. Go ahead, Sean.
I just think it's fucking entertaining because
some of it is.
Arguing with some of these fucking people is just fun.
I don't have it. I'm too lazy for that. I won't argue. I just, I let them just talk because most people they'll talk, they'll show themselves and you just laugh and like I like pulling out Sean's old moniker, like, oh, bless your heart. That doesn't eat somebody up than when they're just saying something so moronic and you just don't have a comeback because you don't want to type big long stupid shit, and so you're just like, oh, bless your heart, man.
Yeah.
And they don't know what to say and they move on and it's over. But now, like, I do like me a good troll. I'll be in TikTok live and I'll get a troll. I love me a troll. Because I'm usually the one trolling people's comment sections because it's a good time. And so it's a great time. But
I haven't dove in to like argue with anybody yet because I got this thing where like I get really fucking pissed real quick. Like when people start like I tried to play for instance, I tried to play what's those video games, that war game that everybody plays.
Oh man, Modern Warfare.
Oh dude, I got on there and I got owned by like a 10-year-old.
Oh yeah.
And then he told me to go fuck myself. So I was like, I'm gonna be your fucking stepdad.
Yeah, you just get too wound up, man.
Yeah, so no, not for me, man. I don't think I'm going to be arguing with these people, man. If that's how they want to do Shine, they can do it.
I tell you, if you venture over to the Shine Talk community, you don't see that. You don't see the back and forth, and you see lots of good advice because everybody shares their advice, and it's all valued. Everybody values, and if somebody's wrong, it's not all this bah, 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 my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. It's like, hey man, this is how I do it. This is how you could do it. Figure your way out, and if you ask a question, it's a lot of real good, positive answers, and not so much assholeness that you get over into Facebook groups.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, and there's not a bad question,
Right.
No.
That's what I always try to tell people with this shit because either you know or you don't. You've either been taught or you haven't, or if you did, it was probably like we were talking about, a fucking grandpa that only knew it one way.
Yep.
He knew one way. That's the way he figured out. He knew how to make good liquor, and everybody bought his shit, and they liked it, and so that's his way, and that's the only way, and that's totally different than meeting somebody now, and it's like there's so many different ways out there. It doesn't have to be one way anymore. So
yeah, and the thing is too, like and I just realized this when I was on the show, like Mark and Digger are still learning, and they've been doing it for their whole lives, and they're still learning today. Like it's an ongoing thing. Like you'll never know everything. So to go out there and say like, this is the only way I know, because you sound like a dumbass.
You do.
Yeah.
But it's also when you go and you talk about your way, how you do things, and then somebody like Mark or Digger, they want to hear you. They want to hear how you do what you do because it's different than what they do. Yep. And they learn something from you. It makes you feel like, well, damn, man, I taught a legend something. Their names hold weight. They're legendary in their names, and you hear talk moonshine.
Yep.
That's who you think about now.
Well, I can't say too much, but what I can say is that a phrase that they used a lot on our episode was, "I ain't never seen that shit before." So you get some guys together, that have been, military guys and doing this for a long time, and some shit happens, and it was awesome. I can't say, like, it was one of the best experiences in my life, man. I met really, really great people. Filming the show and stuff like that was just absolutely amazing. It's all the way from the producers all the way up to, Mark Digger, everybody. How you see them on TV is how they are in real life, man. And that shit, that blew me away.
Limp hand and all. You might know who I'm talking about.
Hey, man, we ain't going there. We ain't going there. Yeah.
Sean says the same thing about being on there. It was just like instant brotherhood. And, I talk about when I see the groups of, guys from the show together, it's you can see it. It's that camaraderie. It's just something else that brings you together. Like, with your military buddies, you share that bond with them that you don't share with other guys. It's just something that you only share with them. So it's different. It's different.
Yeah, so it really is, man. And
it's just how it is.
I didn't know what to expect when I was going there. I've never been on TV before, you know what I mean? And then I just get thrown into all this shit, and then but they made it as easy as possible. Like, I mean, they treat you really, really good. And it was probably one of the best experiences in my life.
Nice.
And I hope to go back against this fucker right here, and I'm gonna own your ass.
I'd like a shot.
Yeah,
I just like a shot. Just give me a shot, man. I'll hand you a good jar.
Eventually, the way I see it, they're going to go through all the ideas that they can come across, like the tournament of champions and all that shit. Which, if they knew what they wanted, then But anyway.
Oh, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit.
But anyway, they're going to have to go through do state things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the winner of this state and the winner of that state. They should, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. And Ohio would be first because I think there's been more people from Ohio than anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the forgotten Appalachia. Like, it's the forgotten part of Appalachia. Yeah. And, we've got some great water. We've got great conditions for aging and making bourbons and whiskeys. And so it's like, we're forgotten about, and it's sad. And so, maybe they'll give us our shot.
Well, on my banner and for my distillery and all that stuff, my banner, it says "Putting Ohio Shine on the Map."
Nice.
Like we have to, man, because we're like the we're like the redheaded stepchild right now.
Yeah,
but I'm telling you,
we're forgotten. That's for sure.
I'm telling you, we're the best, man. I will always believe that.
Hey, good liquor comes from Ohio.
It damn sure does, man. Amen to that, brother.
We talk about it all the time. It don't matter where you go, what kind of event there is. There's a ton of people from Ohio. You would think that we had a population as big as Texas.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like we travel, man. We don't care about driving and traveling because we want to go do fun shit. Because I think it's our seasons. We get about 6-7 months of decent weather, and so we're so excited. We're happy just come and go and enjoy outside. And then about 6-7 months is shit. So we just long for those nice months.
Well, and speaking of Ohio and Texas, do you know Shua? Have you met him yet, Matt?
I haven't met him. I watched him on y'all's podcast, man. He seems like a real smart guy, man. He is breaking all kinds of shit down. He lost me a few times.
He's just short and ugly. He all right, though.
Yeah. He's a lot shorter than I thought he'd be. But anyway, especially from, But when we were at the Jam, he was at the North Georgia booth. And The fuck was I getting ready to say?
Goddamn old age and drinking.
Yeah, I thought too much.
Oh, wait. So he was at the North Georgia booth, and me and Easy walked up. We're sitting there talking. And he goes, "God damn, I did not realize how many of you fuckers there was from Ohio." He said every other fucking person that walks up here, "Hey, where you from?" Ohio. He's like, "God damn it."
We're
dude,
like roaches, man. We travel.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, man.
We know how to have a good time too.
Yeah, and and all of us from Ohio and stuff, like everybody, we don't get the recognition, man. We just don't. Like you got Kentucky bourbon, you got moonshine in Tennessee, and then
Tennessee
you just got
whiskey.
Ohio. Yeah, Tennessee whiskey, and then you got Ohio, man. Like I am trying to put us on the map, man, because we deserve the liquor we make. We deserve to have something out there, where like Ohio, this shit only comes from Ohio, man. This shit's great.
Hey, Kentucky and Tennessee can have the brown shit. We can have the real shit.
Yeah, dude, I don't like the brown shit, man. This shit, I'll probably get rid of this shit. I'll probably give it away because I can't do it, man. Instant heartburn. And I don't like tasting like I said, I'm not a Scotch guy, right? So like the whole, I know this is going to upset Joe. Joe, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm not a fan of the smoke. It's just it's
unless it's meat.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to roast a hog, man. That's what we need to do. When I get the distillery open, we'll get a hog, man.
I'm down for that, man.
We'll roast a big ass hog.
I roasted a couple hogs. I took center blocks to build it for my kids' parties when they was younger. I'd have big giant birthday parties. I'd roast whole hogs for them, and man, they come out amazing.
Hell yeah, man!
Man, I tell you, man, once you get there, man, get everything going. And when you want to do a watch party, let us know.
Yeah, man.
We'll definitely all get together for that. So.
Where are you planning on doing the distillery? Like Clark County, Champaign County? Or?
No. So, like I said, it's out in the middle of nowhere, right? So I don't know if you know where Fletcher, Ohio is.
What's it near?
That's what I thought. I
feel like, but by St. Paris, out that way.
It is, yeah. It's right past St. Paris, right? So it's
out there by the Masters.
It was right there. It's by Kaiser Lake. Y'all know where Kaiser Lake is?
Yeah, I talk about Kaiser Lake all the time.
Yeah. So the distillery is going to be close to Kaiser Lake, probably about 5 minutes away.
You ever get any of the water from Kaiser Lake?
Fuck no. This shit's gross, man.
No, the artesian well water coming out.
Oh no, I thought you meant out of the lake. I was like,
no, hell no,
man.
We ain't drinking out of the lake.
I said, Jesus, God's gonna be like, God damn, how much you been drinking, Easy?
Just enough.
Just enough to get lake water to make moonshine.
That's right. No, they got it where it comes out of the well right over there, and you can go get that artesian well water.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, man, because I completely forgot about that. I could probably get that well water and then run it through that thing that I'm designing to go through the all the copper and limestone and all that stuff. I bet that'd be good as shit.
Yeah, it makes good brandy. Like I made some banana brandy with it before, and it's nice. You just pull up and they got this 6-inch pipe just flowing as much water as you can pot up, and it's like you could take a 500-gallon container in the back of your truck and fill it up if you wanted and tote it home.
Well, that's good to know, man, because now I don't have to pay for water.
I'll just it's
load it
right
up,
there, man. Right down there by their dock. You just pull down, man, and there's a line, and people are just filling up jugs all day long. Yep. Artesian well water comes right out of the ground.
You didn't know about it either, Sean?
Mm-mm.
You didn't know about it? Shit. Yeah. Well, let's get together this weekend and go up there. Let's get some water, buddy.
I mean, we probably could.
Ohio State, Michigan, Saturday. That's
a
big thing. Thanksgiving. We'll wait till it warms up a little bit.
Yeah, man.
So, have you ever been out to Indian Creek Distillery?
I've drove past it like 3 or 4 times and thought that it looked really nice. Like they got a lot of land out there, and it's beautiful. The distillery is beautiful. I haven't been there though, and I haven't tried their liquor either.
You gotta try. You gotta go out there.
He's got good liquor. He's got about 8 different types of liquor. A lot of it's aged.
Really?
The best is clear, right?
Yeah, he's got 2 old school pots in there, man. They're beautiful. He talks about how he uses ash and salt in one of them, and puts lard in the other one, and it's real nice. And he's got used barrels out back if you want to get one-time use barrels, 10, 30-gallon barrels. He uses them for like 6 or 8 months. And then he just resells them. I think he sells his 10s for $120 and his 30s for $150. Used one time. And so, if you're looking for small barrels, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Well, and supposedly those 2 stills are the 2 oldest working stills in the country.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some history in there, man. It's beautiful.
No shit.
There's a plate on the side of the building, historical landmarker.
Why the hell don't they advertise more? It's literally 15 minutes down the road from me.
Because if you know, you know. If you know, you know. And he doesn't sell his liquor in stores. You got to go there to get his bottles.
It wasn't just liquor stores at one time, but then there was an issue with because I guess the state buys liquor. Buys the liquor, and then there was an issue with that.
Yeah, he
was like,
yeah. See, here's the problem. Like when you go legal, like, I'm gonna throw some numbers at you. So during the pandemic, like when everybody was hard up for alcohol, that shit, like I was doing like anywhere from 1,000 to 1 week we made $4,000 a week just selling moonshine. Now, when you go legal, man, they tax that shit like 3 times before, you know what I mean? Like they get their money. Even if you're selling out of your own distillery, the state will buy it and then put it in your distillery. And then they come once a month and audit to make sure that you're not like passing shit out to your buddies. Because when they buy it, they say that shit's ours, man. Like you can't do anything but sell it and give us our money. Yep. So it's just a different ball game, man.
Ohio's a punk.
Ohio, when it comes to liquor, man, this is like the worst state you could be in to open a fucking distillery. But I'm gonna do it anyway.
State. Yep.
Yeah.
More power to you, man. Good luck.
Hey, fuck them, man.
You're right. But we got you back. So we'll come by Ohio's liquor and drink it.
Hey, worst case scenario, it fails and I go back to being illegal.
Yeah. You always got a fallback plan. So,
yep.
But all right. Well, it's been an hour and 16 minutes. This has been awesome.
One more question. One more question.
Do you think, man. Sean? Ask me as you want. We'll stay on here as long as you want.
I'm up. Go ahead.
All right.
What kind of yeast do you use, Matt?
Yeah, I was going to ask that earlier.
Oh man.
If you don't want to tell, you don't have to.
You don't have to tell specifics. Just.
I'm gonna tell you the best yeast and the only yeast I will ever use. And all you gotta do is go down to Bechtel here in Springfield to Gordon Foods and get that instant bread yeast.
That SAF instant bread yeast,
dude. I'm telling you, it makes the best liquor.
Yeah, I like it. I think it gives my banana a nutty vanilla finish.
Yeah,
I like it. I'm a bread yeast guy.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Sean brought me over to the bread yeast side, and I've never looked back. And anytime somebody's got something stuck, and like, do I repitch yeast? So I got to heat it up. I'm like, man, dump some bread yeast in there. That should be done in 2 days.
Dude, listen. So on the show, like, I use that yeast, and I was kind of worried, right? So I added a little more sugar than I usually do. Just because I wanted it to work off. But I added a little bit more sugar, and when I got to look at my mash for the first time, man, it looked great after 5 days. And this yeast, I'm telling you, I don't give a shit what anybody says. That's the best yeast that you can possibly buy.
You ain't gotta do shit but dump it on there.
Yeah. No, my mash was done probably after 3 days.
Shit don't want to do nothing.
4 days.
4 days with this yeast, you're done. You're
done
and running.
It don't need no babysitting. It don't need no loving. You ain't got to dump no nutrients in it. You just fucking dump that shit in there. And in 5 days, you're going to have liquor. You're going to have alcohol. You're going to have alcohol.
If your temperature is halfway decent, and that shit ferments low.
Yeah, like you could get down to 65, 70 degrees, and it's still going to ferment,
And you can pitch it high too. I pitched when I pitched my yeast on the show, my mash was still at 95 degrees, and I pitched it, and it was done in 3 days. So, I mean, I've used like the turbo yeast and stuff like that, and in the turbo yeast, all the shit they add to it gives your liquor like a nasty aftertaste. It's just not. Yeah, I would never use that shit.
Tastes like mellow corn.
Yeah, pretty much.
I got a vendetta against mellow corn, man. Fuck you, Hooch, for ever having me try that shit, man. You knew how bad it was, and he was like, "Here, man, you got to try this." I was like, "Dude, does it suck?" And he's like, "You got to try it." And dude, I hate mellow corn, my mortal enemy, and I put it right up there with Everclear.
Oh Jesus!
Dude. See, that's my
says
level.
A lot.
Yeah, you're right. That's my level. So,
man, that shit's disgusting.
You see those guys on Bourbon Talk like, "Oh, it's good. I like that mellow corn." And I'm like, bro, you better just stick to trying bourbons on TikTok because that's all you know is just trying bourbons. Like that shit sucks.
Yeah, we all. This has been real fun, man. I got to get up and get to work tomorrow, so I'm gonna take off for the night. But I appreciate y'all having me, and
we appreciate you being on here, man. And like I said, we'll have you on again when you get a little closer to your goal that we're excited for. We're real excited for that. And before we get off here, I want to thank you for your service.
My pleasure, man. My pleasure.
We're grateful, and we're humbled to have you, and it was a good time. And I will tell you, man, you're not as big a piece of shit as Sean said you was.
I knew that was coming.
I should have known, but you just never know. Sometimes Sean's just trying to equal the playing field. But I don't. You can get there.
Beard,
Yeah.
You got the same look,
Hey, man. It's a good look.
All you need is a bottle of High Rock and an Old Smoky shirt on, and you're good. So.
I look forward to getting with you all, man. And
we're gonna meet up. We're gonna hang out, and in January we're definitely we coming to watch. So,
all right, brother.
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for being on here. Thanks for everybody listening and watching. Have a good night, and shine on.
Hey, see ya.